Hey guys, it's JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh here today, and I'm coming at you with a Megalith Block Dragon deck profile for you guys. Now, when you see this deck profile, there are a lot of choices that I kind of iffy on, so if you have any feedback for the deck, please let me know. This is definitely geared towards just playing in a fun style as opposed to super competitively, but of course you can make some changes to the deck, whatever you see fit, in order to tailor it to whatever you come across at your locals or regionals or anything of that level. Megalith aren't too strong, but they are an interesting rock ritual archetype that actually uses monster cards as the ritual spell cards of the deck. So it's kind of an interesting gimmick, and that really appealed to me. So without further ado, let's get into the actual deck profile. So first off, for the deck, of course, since in any ritual deck, we're playing 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands, which allows us on normal summon anyway, or flip summon, which will never be flip summoning in this deck. But anyway, you can search either a ritual spell, which doesn't matter in this deck, but more importantly, you can search a ritual monster and add it to your hand. Additionally, we play his brother, Senju of the 1,000 hands, which simply on his normal summon or flip summon, you can search one ritual monster and add it to your hand. So basically, both of these guys do the same thing. We have 5 normal summons in the deck of these guys, and all they do is they just search your Megalith ritual monsters, which also count as the ritual spells. So they're definitely really good in the deck. First off, for the Megaliths, we play 3 Megalith Och. Now, the Megaliths are either level 4 or level 8. Those are the 2 levels they come in, and this is the first I'm going to show you guys that are the level 4s. So what they do is it can be ritual summoned with any Megalith card, and if it's ritual summoned, you can draw 1 card and then discard 1 card. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can ritual summon 1 ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, including Megalith Och on your field, whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. Basically, you ritual summon this, and when it's on the field after you use the drawing effect, you can quick effect use this card on the field as well as another level 4 in your hand, or just this card period, and bring out either another level 4 Megalith ritual or a level 8 Megalith ritual. So that's definitely very good for both a draw power as well as the ability to quick effect ritual on your opponent's turn. The next level 4 and the only other level 4 Megalith we play in the deck is 3 Megalith Ophiel. Megalith Ophiel has the effect where you can ritual summon it with any Megalith card, and if it's ritual summoned, you can add 1 Megalith monster from your deck to your hand except another copy of itself. So this is just like the Manju and the Senju, where it's just a searcher for other Megalith monsters, which again means both the ritual spells and monsters, since they can be used as the spells. Additionally, during your main phase, you can activate its effect where you ritual summon 1 ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, including it on your field, whose total level equals or exceeds the level of the ritual monster. So basically, Ophiel has the same thing. Sadly, unlike Och, Ophiel is not a quick effect. You can only ritual summon using her on the field. But since she can search you any Megalith from your hand, you can tribute her as well as another level 4 in your hand in order to bring out a level 8 or anything of that nature. So she's still quite good despite her not having the quick effect. Next up for the level 8, just to let you guys know, by the way, the 3rd level 4 Megalith, which we don't play, I believe it either searches or recycles a spell or trap, but honestly, none of the Megalith spells or traps are really too good, so we don't run them in the deck, we just run the monsters. So first up for the level 8s is Megalith Bethor. Bethor has the effect where he can be ritual summoned with any Megalith card, and you can discard him from your hand in order to ritual summon 1 Megalith ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field, whose total levels equal or exceed its level. And if he is ritual summoned himself, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyard and destroy them. Since we play so many ritual monsters in the deck, this can definitely destroy 2, 3, or even 4 cards your opponent controls. And additionally, I really like this guy because you can use him from your hand as basically a ritual spell card, so you don't have to commit to summoning him out on the field and then using him to ritual summon. So he's definitely very good. The next level 8 we run, which is probably the best one in the deck, is Megalith Aeritron. So what this guy does, he has a beefy 3000 defense, 2000 attack. You can ritual summon him with any Megalith card, and during your main phase, as a quick effect, you can discard him in order to ritual summon a Megalith monster by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. And when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect, you can place one ritual monster from your graveyard on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, you negate that activation and destroy it. So this is a good negating effect if it's out on the field as an actual monster. And additionally, he has the best ritual spell effect because he can be quick effect used from your hand in order to ritual summon a monster. So this is kind of a surprise for your opponent. And ultimately, I just really, really like this card for both of his effects, but personally, I lean towards using him more as the spell card component of the Megalith abilities. Finally, the final level 8 we run is the 3 copies of Phalag. I like Phalag because she has the highest attack at 2500 out of all the Megalith monsters, and you can ritual summon it with any Megalith card, and you can discard it to special summon a Megalith ritual monster. You know the drill by now. And then you can only use this effect of Megalith Phalag once per turn, but monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense for each ritual monster in your graveyard. So this is kind of the main deck way to push for game, in a sense, with the Megalith main deck monsters. I think if you wanted to cut any monsters from this deck, it'd probably be this one. But still, it is a ritual spell from the hand, which is always good. And it is level 8, which helps with some other cards in the deck. Next up, for some other cards that are supplementary, we play the Incantation Engine of 2 Pensive Plume and 2 Talismandra. Basically, incantations, you can reveal one ritual monster in your hand to special summon both Pensive Plume and one incantation monster from your deck, except a copy of Pensive Plume. So in this case, you reveal a monster in your hand in order to special summon Pensive Plume and Talismandra. Or if you have Talismandra in the hand, you can reveal one ritual monster in order to special summon Talismandra and Pensive Plume. The difference is, whichever one gets special summoned out from the deck, if Pensive Plume gets special summoned from the deck, you can target one ritual monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. And if Talismandra gets special summoned from the deck, you can add a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Finally, we run one Incantation Chalice Slime, which you can ritual summon him with Incantation Inception, which doesn't matter, but you can reveal it in your hand and discard one card, and if you do, special summon one Incantation monster from your deck. Also, during the end phase, you lose 2,500 life points if you don't special summon a ritual monster, which doesn't matter since in this deck we're definitely ritual summoning. The point with Incantation Chalice Slime is, even though it's level 7, so it's kind of a weird level, it can be used to bring out your Megaliths like as a monster fodder, but it can also be used to turbo out some of these incantations from your deck, so that way you can use their searching effects or recurring effects if you're picking Pensive Plume. Additionally, we play the one Dino Wrestler Pankratops, just because it's Earth and it's a free special summon / pop, and it can even be used as ritual fodder. And the reason it's important because Earth is, as you're probably aware, I am playing 2 copies of Block Dragon. Very good in this deck. Not only is he level 8, but you can banish 3 Earth monsters from your hand or graveyard in order to special summon him out from your hand or graveyard. And if he's removed from the field, you can add rock-type monsters from your deck to your hand equal level 8. So basically you can add either 1 level 8 rock monster or 2 level 4 rock monsters from your deck to your hand if he's sent from the field to the graveyard, so you can link him away. And his effect to special summon himself by banishing is not once per turn, only his search effect is. So you can search and gain advantage that way, and then on your opponent's turn, you can use one of your quick effect rituals in order to send Block Dragon back to the graveyard in order to get more searches on your opponent's turn. Finally, to kind of help out with things a little bit with drawing, and this is probably the biggest iffiness of the deck, is I'm playing some dangers. All I'm playing for dangers in this deck is 3 Bigfoot and 3 Thunderbird because they are both level 8. And simply when Bigfoot gets discarded, you can destroy 1 monster on the field, and if Thunderbird is discarded, you can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field, which definitely is very good with just some spot removal for the deck. Or if they don't get discarded and your opponent picks something else in your hand, you get to draw a card, which is definitely pretty good. For the spells, we aren't playing any traps in the deck, but I am playing 3 Called by the Grave just because this deck does an insane amount of searching if you get the right cards going. Additionally, for draw power, I'm playing 3 Trade-In, since we do have so many level 8s and ways to recur them, / in the Dangers case, you get to use their effects. And then finally, the last 2 cards in the deck, 1 Foolish Burial just to get the Block Dragon into the graveyard, and then newly off the ban list, 1 Pot of Avarice, just because I kind of don't like the dangers in the sense that you could potentially discard some good ritual monsters, but in that case, you can send all the ritual monsters back into your deck in order to have Pot of Avarice let you draw 2 cards and recur some of your resources. Now on to the extra deck. So for the Link monsters, it's pretty simple. I just run Nightmare Phoenix, Cerberus, Boral Load, Boral Sword, and Avramax. Of course, any of your staple Link monsters that you guys want to run, do what you will. I just leave about 6 spots in the deck for Link monsters specifically. Once Master Rule 5 hits, I don't think this deck will be running any Link monsters other than like the big ones like Boral Sword or something that can like push for game, because this deck doesn't even really need the extra deck too much, but I haven't experimented too much with how it would work with Extravagance only because I don't own Pot of Extravagance. So for the Xyz monsters though, I'm running 2 Gallant Granite, which just allows you to search rock monsters from your deck to your hand. Because you're playing Gallant Granite, if you wanted to use the big rocky boy, I forgot the name at this moment in time, but if you wanted to use him, that hand trap, you can definitely run him in this deck because this can search that as well. It's Nibiru, by the way. Nibiru is the card that you can potentially run. I would definitely side deck this for this deck because you can use it as ritual fodder, worst case scenario, or you can simply search it with Gallant Granite. I am also playing 1 Go Goliath, number 55. This basically allows you to add 1 rock monster from your 1 level 4 rock monster from your graveyard to your hand, so that helps you with getting some of the megaliths back. Some other rank 4 options is just 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Daigusto Emerald. Even though he's wind, I just like the fact that he's a rock attribute monster, or rock type monster rather, and he allows you to get some recursion from getting your monsters from the graveyard back into your deck and gives you a draw. And then just because I like it a little bit, Exciton Knight as well. And then for the level 8s, we just have 1 number 22 Zombie Stein, 1 number 38 Hope Harbinger, and then just a little Galaxy Eyes package of full armor Photon Dragon and Cypher Dragon there. I hope you guys liked the deck profile. If you did, make sure to subscribe. Let me know any changes you would make for the deck. Some other variants of Megaliths that I've seen is playing them more in a rock stun kind of deck, since they do have a lot of level 4 rocks and like they can use the level 4 rocks as fodder, especially since they use Block Dragon. Ultimately, though, I figured the Danger kind of level 8 trade-in engine would work best for me because I don't have Extravagance, but ultimately, I would mess around with this deck. The core Megaliths is very, very, very cheap since it's just commons and a few super. Hey guys, so my camera cut off there at the very end, but basically the point is, pick up this deck. It's super cheap. They're getting new support. I'm not sure if it's an Eternity Code or a little later, but it looks like it's going to be quite good. It's like a, I believe a ritual spell or a field spell or something that lets you ritual summon using monsters in your deck or something like that. It isn't out in the TCG though, but pick up the deck sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching the deck profile. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.